Cool. Let's see here. Okay. Hi, YouTube. This is Mario coming to you from Shenzhen, China. I've been wanting to do a vlog on this channel for a long time. Kind of easygoing and share a little bit about my life here. And recently, I had one of those jobs where makes you question life itself. So let me tell you a story about how I rejected three other jobs, and I decided in my head, whatever they offer me next as a job, I'll take it. Whatever price they offer me, I'll take it. Because I just wanted to prove to myself that, like, hey, I can do a job. I can take a job. um, so recently, I'd be like fighting, I guess, to like get my prices higher on something like that. And it's not that I just do one service or one common thing all the time. I do video content creation. So sometimes I just do video editing. Sometimes I just do what is considered modeling for brands where they go and they shoot, and I'm just there holding the product and talking about it. I would consider that UGC or modeling. But UGC is kind of like you make it, So when some other people make it for you, I'll consider that modeling, although it has the word of model, and to consider myself as a model is kind of a stretch, but it happens in here in China. It happens a lot where they look for foreigners, Westerners to, just talk about a product. And in the recent month, I had quite a few opportunities that have come up, and a few of them I rejected it for the simple fact of like, oh no, I want to make my own videos. If they're not paying me enough, I'd rather just spend that time and doing my video. I have that luxury of rejecting some job because I have an ongoing job, an ongoing client that I always, prioritize them and fulfill their needs, their, my goals with them, my achievements with them, my quota, I would say. As long as they deliver the service that I promised to them, they're happy with me, I'm happy with them. So it's an ongoing collaboration. That one, I just keep it. But other jobs and other clients, because since I have a company here and I take other clients, I have the luxury of saying no. Because if I don't like it, I don't like them. When I like them, they don't like me. When they like me, I don't like them. So a lot of times I don't like them or I don't like their product. So I have the, advantage to say, you know what? If you pay me this, which is my hourly rate, I'm happy to do it. Otherwise, is that offer it to somebody else. And that's a luxury that it's not a lot of people can say. However, though, sometimes you get into a moment where, like right now, we're very near the holidays, and it's not a lot of like jobs or gigs that you can take when it's like almost the Chinese New Year. So they offered me this one like last minute. They needed somebody, and it was an editing gig, just editing. And the video was very boring, to be honest. And it was a 30-minute long video. And I finished, I ended up doing it. I ended up saying yes. But the point of it is that my initial quote for this video was like 12,000 RMB. I'm like, and that I considered it low, to be honest. I consider it, well, for that kind of project, I consider it fair, not low, but fair. I ended up getting paid 3,000. So, and the initial offer from them was like 2,500. And then they added an extra 500 because they added like a last minute, not change, but a last minute second video that they wanted, which was more like pictures and just changing the music to an old video that they did. It's like a simple shift, and I kind of like said yes to that change. But I realized, like, I mean, that is a job that I would never take under unless it was this circumstance of like the Chinese New Year. I don't have anything coming up. I want to go on a holiday. This is extra money. But just to figure it out, I spent almost 4 days editing this video, almost 4 entire days. I would say, altogether, a good 24 hours of editing, because whenever you're editing a 30-minute video, if you want to do it semi decent job, you got to check it. Just checking that video once, that's 30 minutes. And but I mean, anyone who's done some editing, this is not a um, it's a documentary style video. So there was a lot of downloading stock footage involved. There was a lot of like downloading music. There was a lot of like combining photographs, creating sequences and nested things, and so nothing that I've never done before. Simple job, I would describe it as. It's just time consuming because you got to go through a lot of footage. These people had lots of footage. This was for like a conference in the UN and like United Nations, and there's a company that goes there and creates different conferences to talk about AI and to talk about different technological developments in the world. To be honest, I kind of feel like it's a scam. Not a scam. And I'm not saying it's a scam. I just feel like the type of conversations that happen in those places are so empty or so devoid of meaning. I don't know if that's a word. I thought it sounded well and cool in my head, but there seems so devout. Is that the word? I don't know. It seems so without meaning. It's a conversation that goes a little bit like this. You know what? AI is good, and everybody in the world should have access to AI, because not only the rich nations should have access to AI, also the developing countries and the South countries should have access to AI. And AI should be democratized, and it should help people with the law and other places. And I'm like, sure, yeah, like nobody thinks otherwise. It's like for me, it's like hearing, you know what's good? Education. Education is good, and everybody should have access to education. And the point that I make is like it's not about actually the action of doing those things of like, hey, let's educate the parts of the world where maybe there's not enough education. Let's go there and like, I don't know, prepare a curriculum and attempt to do something to improve the education there. And yeah, we might fail, we might teach things that they don't need or whatever, but we're doing something, right? No, this feels more like just talk. And I figure like maybe all politicians are all like, or most of it at least, is just that. It's just talking. It's just putting on a suit and talking. It's like vlogging. It's like vlogging, but I don't know. It feels a little bit performative and a little bit distant and a little bit devoid, without action. That's what I mean. It means like without action. That's what I feel. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these conversations are more important than the Magna Carta, you know? I was watching the documentary today about the Magna Carta, and that's amazing. So, the Magna Carta is like a very big declaration in the 1200s, I believe, in England, where, they declare that, people shouldn't be, people should have liberty, essentially. It was a very not very like it was the most important document in the history of the world, perhaps, or something like that. It's a huge thing, and this is perhaps intended to be something like that. The problem is, I don't think it has any actual impact unless you go there and build data centers in Nigeria, or wherever you want to build the AI and you want to help other nations. I don't know. This is me just ranting, because I wish I want to do content. I want to do videos about the things that I admire about China. For example, the technological developments here, the actual beauty of the city. I live perhaps in the most beautiful city in China. It's a modern city. It has no ancient Chinese ruins or anything that people come to take photos of. To be honest, if you go to other cities in China, you see a lot of tourists. Here in this city in Shenzhen, never see a tourist here. It's like never. Like I went to Chongqing a couple of weeks ago. I saw a lot of foreign tourists in there. I was so surprised. It looks like a European city. Anyway, but like I want to see if I can help other people with sourcing, trading, people from Europe that want to buy things like EVs. I'd love to go and visit factories and just share what I see, what I know about China. I've been here for 10 years. I know how to communicate with Chinese people, and I know how to speak Chinese, at least to a certain level where I can get things done. And yeah, but I feel like this might be. Um, Sometimes I feel like this is my last year in China or my last month. Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna be here for a long time. I definitely need a break for a bit and to appreciate it more. China is an amazing place, and I feel so distant and so alienated from the rest of the world here when I see what happens in Europe, for example, with like, you know, I don't know, it looks like a lot of crime. It looks like a lot of things that I don't want to, you know. When I was living in Europe 10 years ago, I feel like it was a lot different. Europe in 2015 was a different place, I believe. And I want to say Europe, for me personally, I mean Madrid, London, Paris, Rome, and that's it. And maybe Copenhagen. And yeah, because those are the cities that I'm most familiar with. Barcelona as well, but Spain in general. So that's me. That's me, Mario here, ranting from Shenzhen, and I'm hoping to do more videos like this to share about my life here in Shenzhen. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions about China in general. I'm gonna start talking more about China. China. Gonna start talking more about China and sharing what I actually see here, what I like, what I don't like. There's a ton of things here that I don't like. Okay, I'm not a China propaganda machine. You know, I tell you what, if they pay me really good money, I go and make a video that says China is awesome and stuff. But no, there's plenty of things here that I think I can talk about that I don't like. You know, that's for another video. Peace.